Seems like only yesterday we were here for Super Bowl 52 and now back for the road to the Super Bowl here in the Twin Cities at US Bank Stadium. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Arizona Cardinals and the Minnesota Vikings.
Set to kick off.
What twists and turns will January have in store for us? The NFL playoffs are officially underway.
Pulls it in at the 13.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, called it the 21. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Flushed out right. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. From the shotgun, Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
The Vikings send out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. He'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
He's going to rifle one deep left side.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And the Vikings will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. He's just got to be thinking, I hope that's not a harbinger of things to come. Very first pass of the afternoon picked.
And where do you go from here? Because when you start that way, do you allow that to seep into you and stay with you the rest of the game? Or do you find a way out of it? We're going to find out.
After the interception, here's Wilson. They'll roll him out right. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. Then he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, Charles, you talk about this offense, and you think about the man in charge, their head coach, this marking his first ever playoff game as the head coach, and you wonder what's going through his mind right about now.
Brandon, I think we both agreed that he's had a great season, and we wouldn't be surprised at all to see him get plenty of Coach of the Year votes. I thought he took the right tone in his weekly press conference, though. Played it cool, took the reserved angle, and when you don't have the track record, I think that's the exact right way to do it.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A big connection on that one. 35 yards.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
So 1st and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Levante David, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
At the 14-yard line.
It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Now the Iowa State product, it's Kene Nwangu. It's so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook taking it in from a yard out. And the Vikings will strike first here, this wild card matchup. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
At the 27-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a
different story.
long night.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number one job, make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. Throw left side complete. That's more. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
Play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now a give right side. It's Robinson. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
2nd and 6. He's got it. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, the U.S.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game.
Instead of having to play follow the leader there, the leader led.
I like that. And he likes that, doesn't he? 1st and goal, let me do the job.
Because you know when he falls into the end zone after falling behind those big guys who pushed up front, that's a pretty good celebration, isn't it?
Gives him a little street cred in the locker room, too, doesn't it?
Street cred, and then when they go out to dinner afterwards, he's still picking up the check.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Pulls it in at the 13. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Wilson. Smith catches left side. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's got his tight end. That's Smith.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the Cardinals.
They go play action now. Wilson. And he's got this to Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 43 yards. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Point after here coming up. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
This is for Vikings 14, Cardinals 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way down to the 26. A huge play there for Arizona.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. An option handoff given to Sanders. And down inside the 15 he goes.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person that's on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now, because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there was another 1st down run right there.
On 1st down, it's Carson. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack. Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance. 2nd and 14. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Carson. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Carson again, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Chris Carson, excellent work there to get in on the touchdown run. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
Ties the game at 14. Younghoe Koo set to kick off.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Give left side here for Nwangu. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Now a throw here, hauled in. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Play action. Now Wilson. Rolling to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now it's Wilson. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 30.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. There's Wilson to throw.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again here, Wilson.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
On 3rd down, Wilson.
Got an open man finding Jefferson.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot. And they connected there and picked up a first down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
2nd and goal at the 11-yard
They go play action with Wilson. to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal.
Play action. It's Wilson. Flush to his right. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Zach Wilson taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get in field goal range.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They'll look to throw here. Eluding the pressure right. And he rifles one incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of him, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. This is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup, as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
One of these 2 teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout.
Come on, fellas.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest, but now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward. And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Sliding out of the pocket. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Second and 10.
They're going to look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And how about this, a fake? And this is caught. And the fake will work. He's going to have a first down.
Always enjoy a good fake, but I really enjoy it when he throws the football from punt formation. Now, you were a kicker and a punter in high school. Did you ever do that?
One time, threw to my man Tim Jones on a botched field goal attempt. Hit him right in the numbers, and Jones, he just dropped it.
Oh, the poor guy. Well, we had a fake punt here, and this guy caught it, so I think he and his friends will be okay with that one.
And he loves his play call, right? He's been waiting for this one all week long.
Been had that arm loosened up ever since they got to the stadium. We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. And his throw here's incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Steps away to his left. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll set up to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked by Trayvon Mullen. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now a give right side. Carson. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
When you think about this strong safety position, they're the more bulkier guys in the free safety, but that time great athleticism to hustle in and break up that play.
They go play action here on 1st down. Steps away. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great effort there. There to make the grab. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that will tie our game here in the 3rd.
Young Ray Koo is set to kick off.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw pulled in by Jefferson.
And all the way down to the 35. A big play there for Minnesota.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
A run there with Cook not going to accomplish much. Call it no gain. 2nd down coming up.
The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
Wilson's throw going to be caught by Davis.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now Wilson. Throw right side, caught by Davis. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the 1st down.
A run there with Cook on 1st down, but it won't net him much, maybe a yard. 2nd down coming up.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the 1st half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. He's got Smith here, and he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Here's Wilson. Setting up the screen for Cook. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
On 2nd down now, it's Cook. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 1 quarter remains in this NFC Wildcard matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Bobby Wagner drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. And his kick is good. And that will break our tie and give him a 3-point lead.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He'll buy some time right. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. They'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. He'll drop to throw. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them a lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now back to throw. Being chased out left. And this one's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
They run with Sanders off the option.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Here's Carson. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Dancing to his left. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge. Incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Rondale Moore there to make the grab. And the Cardinals have retaken the lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
It's 2nd and 8.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And he's going to use his legs here. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
That'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They go back to Carson here on second.
And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Ronald Jones taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big play that time on the catch and run.
At the 43-yard line.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
To throw again is Wilson. Pressure comes and the Cardinals bring him down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
Brings up 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And complete right side to Cook. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
And this is caught, so it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able...
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Cardinals have just about sewn up this football game.
So the inability there to get the 2-point conversion sort of leaves the door at least a little bit more ajar.
And puts the onus now on the kickoff team and the defense to make sure they don't give up a big play that puts them in position to lose.
Especially on this kickoff. Got to be careful. And the Cardinals have got it. So that should just about put an end to this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though, now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
And the Cardinals season will continue as we say thanks for watching and so long.